Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, I hope all of you are fine and studying at home and giving due time to your studies. You know very well that right now we are going through chapter number 6, Computer Security and Ethics. Yesterday we have gone through the topic that how to protect computer system from malwares and antiviruses. What are the precautionary measures that one should take? What should we do in order to protect our computer system from malwares and viruses? So this was the topic that we discussed yesterday. And if you go to your Google Classroom, you will be able to see that I had also given you this topic in your Google Classroom. You can go through it. So we had written almost 7 points: install an antivirus, keep your software up to date, back up your computer system, the data, then watch the downloads whenever you are doing any sort of download, install a good ad blocking software, run a virus scan often, and avoid suspicious links and emails. So these are the basically some important precautionary measures that one user should take in order to avoid a virus attack. And by taking such wise decisions, by implementing such important points, you can protect your computer system from the virus attack. So I think this thing is clear to all the students, and all the points were discussed. Then before it's we had discussed that what is basically malware and viruses and what are their the types of the malwares. Virus, number one. What is a virus? What is a worm? Number two. Number three, what is meant by spyware? And number four, what is meant by an adware? I had also mentioned the famous examples of the viruses which were famous in the past. If you Google them, you will be able to know the details about them, but at least we should write one or two or three examples, in our exams so that the examiner should know about our knowledge, that we are well aware of the examples as well. So examples are necessary in this regard, that we should write always examples. And sometime even in the problem statement in the question, it is mentioned that write three examples, write two examples, explain and give one example, define and write two names or two examples. So this thing is very important in this regard. So we had written this thing as well before this date, which was 6th of December. We had written this complete work. So all these things that we have done. So I think you are going through the links. Initial topics that I had discussed, I had not attached, but I will edit it, and I will attach it on the two dates which are given over there. Now, so another important topic is about the antivirus software. How to protect your computer system in general. It was basically general discussion that how you can protect, how what are the symptoms. We had also discussed about the symptoms that shows that your computer is at risk. Then how to protect in general, what are the steps to protect your computer system from the malware or viruses. But now we are going to discuss specifically about the antivirus software. Antivirus software is basically the software which deals with the antivirus. Antivirus is the most common connection with the virus, because normally it is said that those companies which are dealing with the antiviruses, they themselves, they themselves, not officially, but behind the scene, they themselves are creating viruses. Why? So that their product should be sold in the market. They create virus and after some time they release their solution to protect your computer system from that virus. But it is just a conspiracy theory. It is said that, but it could be. Normally, when we say that who creates virus, so there are basically three areas. Number one, number one is basically who creates virus. If I ask you why someone will create the virus, it is a general question. Can anyone give any response about it? Why someone? It is some sort of happiness for anyone. Why someone is going to create the virus? Who creates virus? Yes, please. Can anyone give any answer about it? Anything that comes in your mind. Who will create virus and why? So basically what happens that the number one point is basically those destructive mind people. They don't have any gain or loss. They do just for their sake of entertainment or their satisfaction. They are basically the destructive mind people. They create virus and they spread. They are not going to lose anything, they are not going to find anything, but it is just for their fun. Okay, so they create viruses and spread. Number two is basically the business competitors. This is an important thing because business competitors, they try to destroy the business of the competent competitor who is there and facing, giving the challenge, giving him challenge in the market. So they try to destroy their system, disrupt their operations and their work and their projects. So that's why they create virus and send in the opponents' businesses, their networks, their offices. So over here, if we see, so there is basically a financial gain or loss. This is involved. So over here, basically, the purpose is basically financial. Financial purpose. Why? Because the business competitor is there and they want to defeat that competitor, but this is a negative approach to compete your competitor. The third one, that is basically a theory that the antivirus is created virus is created by antivirus companies. Again, this is a financial game. Why? Because when one virus will come in the market and the people will not be able to find out the solution, of course they will see towards the antivirus companies. There are a number of antivirus companies. If you go and write antivirus companies, so you're going to see that there are a number of antivirus development companies. Antivirus software development companies, if you go and if you find out, so you will be able to see that there are a number of companies which are dealing with it, and you will be able to find out a list of the companies. Okay, so basically what will happen, you can see over here antivirus softwares for business. Of course, they all the softwares which are there, they belong to some companies. So we can go and we can see that what is basically the software itself. They have registered with the same name normally for their company. So there are a number of companies which are dealing with the antiviruses. It is said that, I'm not saying that it is a certain theory, but it is said that they are also involved in virus designing, because when the virus will not be solved by ordinary people, they will definitely contact, they would like to have the new antivirus, they would like to have update regarding antivirus. So then their product will be sold and they will be able to earn a lot. And of course, when one user installs antivirus, he pays to the vendor for the year. So basically, I wanted to give you a short reason about those who are basically creating the viruses. It is said that these are basically the three or four categories which are basically creating viruses. Now, what is basically an antivirus software and what does it do? Come towards this definition. Antivirus, as its name is showing that it is against the virus to protect your computer system. Antivirus will be a software, of course, that you need to install in your computer system. While antivirus software is primarily designed to protect computers against viruses, many antivirus programs now protect against other types of malware such as spyware, adware, and rootkits as well. If you see the example, common antivirus programs include Norton Disk, Norton Antivirus, Kaspersky Antivirus, Zone Alarm, and I had shown you in this Google search a number of Panda Antivirus, Bitdefender, ESET, Note 32. Okay, a number of antiviruses are there which are available. So a software which is used to protect your computer system that you install in your computer system is basically called an antivirus. Now, what does an antivirus do? What is basically antivirus is going to do? Of course, antivirus is going to perform some important functions in your computer systems. So it may be asked that what are the functions of an antivirus. So these are the functions that we have mentioned over here. The basic functions performed by an antivirus softwares. So if a question comes to your exam, what does an antivirus do? It means that they are asking about the functions. What are the functions of antiviruses? So of course, these all variety of questions could be asked in some different ways. Number one, virus protection. The primary function of the antivirus is basically to detect and remove the viruses. This is called virus protection, protection against the virus. System analysis analyzes the system. It scans the system, analyzes the system, then it removes the malware. File quarantine, basically it is a phenomena which is done by the virus. When some file is there with the threat, then they are going to secure that file. Threat identification, online security, and data protection, all these are basically the basic functions uh, of an antivirus that you install in your computer system. Whenever you are going to install an antivirus, so you are going to have some features with it. The software companies, the antivirus software companies, they always give you the list of the different types of features which are available for it, that how is basically your system will be protected from the viruses. Okay, now if a question comes to list down, then you have to list down. If a question comes to elaborate, then you can elaborate. Over here, we have written some advantages. What are the different advantages of the antivirus softwares? Protection from viruses and their transmission. Not only protection, but also the transmission of the viruses from one computer to another computer is also done by an antivirus. So let me okay. So we will see these points one by one. What are the different advantages and how these advantages are basically given by an antivirus software. Number one point is that protection from viruses and their transmission. What is meant by the transmission? Transmission means when this virus is being spread. It is basically meant by the transmission. So the very first point is an antivirus software mainly performs uh, function, a security function called preventive. Preventive is a simple word. It detects any potential virus and then works to remove it. Keep in mind that all this mostly done before the virus gets to harm the system. Means the virus has not entered in your computer system and your antivirus is going to protect your computer system. Before entering the computer system, the antivirus is going to protect your computer system from this virus. So this means that the most of the viruses are countered way before they get to do any harm to your system. An antivirus may combat many viruses in single day without your knowledge. Means it is basically protecting your computer system all the time when you are connected to the network or to the internet, you are using USB, whatever you are doing, it is dealing with that particular virus which is trying to enter your computer system. Now, Avast and Norton are some of the most popular antivirus software that is available in the market these days. You would have listened their names, the Avast antivirus and the Norton antivirus. Otherwise, a number of antiviruses are there. We have already seen the examples. So if a virus has attacked your system, you can potentially transfer that to your friends, family, and network because your computer system is also connected to them. So if you want to protect your computer system as well as computers of your acquaintances, then consider getting an antivirus. Those who are basically in your neighborhood, in your connection, in your association, okay, these are acquaintances. So you need to protect not only your computer but also your neighboring computers, your friends and family computers. So transmission, not only protection against the virus but also transmission to the other computers is also protected from the antivirus software. Now, it also blocks ads and spams. Why? Because ads and spams are the main source. This is basically a major source of spreading viruses. It is a key source of spreading viruses. That's why you have seen that your antivirus is going to take action against such things as well. It is going to block the ads. What an antivirus will do? Block spam and ads. If you do a quick survey on how viruses enter the computer system of its victims, you will be amazed at the proportion of the viruses that use top up ads and websites to make their way into your computer system. Pop up ads and spams websites. One of the most gateways are basically these files that enter in your computer system. So they are going to block them. So software such as Bulgard Internet Security works against these malicious viruses. So we have already written the examples. We don't need to write more examples over here. The only thing is that your antivirus is going to block the ads and the spams. This is basically the action. These are the actions that we are taking against the virus. And the actions are definitely taken by the antivirus software. Now, it is another characteristic of the antivirus, an important characteristic, that it will safeguard your computer system from the other things like hackers and data stealers or the theft which are done on the computer system. So it will also be saved because of the a, installation of a good antivirus software in your computer system. It gives you such facility as well. Okay, hackers usually use a malware or virus program to access their victim. That's why we had discussed about it, that the hacker will send some virus or a program to watch the activity. So that malware, which is basically designed to spy or designed to do some illegal task in your computer system, of course the hacking can be prohibited by a good antivirus software. They install malware basically in your computer system without your knowledge, and then that malware works in your computer system and it facilitates the hacker. So when you have got a good antivirus software, it is going to take action against those files as well which are there for this job, and it is going to remove those files, or it will not allow those files to enter in your computer system. These are basically the anti-hacking locks which are applied by the antivirus software. So the hackers basically use that particular file in your computer system. So if you have got a good antivirus or an anti-malware, just like you would have listened the name of the malware byte, it's a famous antivirus software to protect your computer system against not only the viruses but also those files of malwares which are sent by the hackers. Now, removable disks. We attach always different types of removable disks to our computer system. The removable disk is a source of spreading virus, so it keep an eye on the removable storage media. The antivirus keep an eye on it. Why? Because if the disk that you have got is basically infected due to any reason, of course you are going to have problems. So what will happen in this case, that it is going to see that what is going to be copied in the computer system from the USB or from such kind of device. So these all devices are scanned by the antivirus software. You would have noticed that when you insert a new disk, if pop-up appears over here, just like over here, you will see that if you have got malware bytes or you have got, Avast antivirus, so it is going to give you a pop-up to show that this disk that you are inserting is infected, or this disk that you are inserting, that USB you are using is clear. Whatever the position is, it is going to show you that position. This task is done by the antivirus software. So what happens that your computer gets slow if you are not having a good antivirus, because USB that you are using, of course, if it has got some malware in it, your system will be slowed down and your system will be at risk because of the virus. So you might have suffered from slowing down your computer system just because of the USB. Whenever you attach the USB removable disk, okay, so this is basically because of the USB, and USB is containing some malware, so that malware is basically going to destroy your computer system. Okay, then if we see over here, protects your data and files. This is a very important job of the antivirus, that it is going to protect your computer system and your important data files, your files and the data will be secured by your antivirus. A good antivirus has got this feature. If you are using a paid version of an antivirus, which is an updated antivirus, of course, all these features will be available in your antivirus that you are using. Okay, so it keeps an eye on all of the files that enter your data, that enter your computer system, all the data that you are using in your computer system, the files on which you are working. So it is going to check those files all the time, which are frequently accessed. It may be a database or something else. Okay, so these example in each protection method, some antivirus examples are mentioned. We don't need to write separate examples, but you should know that Avira is also one of the famous antivirus used for protecting files. Okay, now it increases the speed of your computer system. What does it mean? That it is basically going to increase the speed of your computer system. This is basically mentioned over here, that it supercharges your PC. Why? Because you will feel that you are going to see that your computer system is having a good performance, a nice performance, a performance which was not there earlier in your computer system when you did not have the antivirus installed. But when you have got one good antivirus installed in your computer system, you are going to see that it is supercharged. Means means having good performance. Your personal computer, your PC, your computer system will have a good performance. Okay, but when you were suffering from the consequences of the virus, your computer was getting slow day by day. But when you installed a good antivirus, when it is protected by the antivirus, you can see that your performance is better now, and you can observe this thing. Before going towards the next point, let me mark the attendance over here. So we have got from Atika Faisal to Mujtaba and then Nafan. Okay, so your computer system will be supercharged, your speed will be better. Okay, now next point is that we are going to discuss over here. Limit the access of websites to enhance web protection. So if you see over here in this point, what is meant by this thing? We had seen that an unauthorized website is basically a source of the cyber threat. Your computer system may get viruses, malwares, and such kind of files in your computer system which are harmful for your computer system. Accessing unauthorized websites can expose your computer system to several cyber threats, including spyware, hackers, ransomware. These all are basically the malwares files which are available. See, even hackers send the malware files to spy data from your computer system. These threats can potentially risk your computer system and your data and your files. And antivirus software limits this access, limits your web access to restrict your activities on unauthorized networks. This is done to make sure that you only access the website that are safe and harmless for your computer system. You are not going to access all types of websites. When you open one website, when it has got some problem with it, some kind of malware is, so your antivirus just give you one pop-up alert, or it blocks this website, or it closes this website, or at least it gives you the alert that you are going to have problem by clicking this website or clicking different links given on this website. It could be dangerous for you. It is not only going to inform you but also going to take action to protect your computer system from the virus attack. So this is also a phenomena given in the antivirus softwares, that they are going to protect you from the websites, such websites which are dangerous for your computer system. Protect your password. Normally, when the password is stolen, so this becomes a problem for any user. Passwords and the credentials like debit card, credit card, numbers, confidential information, financial information. This is basically the information which is, of course, having so much value. And if this information is lost, the user has to pay a lot. Of course, these are not that simple things, but this feature is definitely is there in good antivirus softwares like password manager or security manager software. This feature is not there in all the others. Keep in mind all the features that we have discussed right now, these will not be available or hardly available in one antivirus software. Some are there which are good to protect from virus, which some are there which are good to protect from malware, some are good to protect from antivirus, anti-theft. Some are good to protect your passwords, encrypt your passwords, and something like that. So, not necessary that all these features that we have discussed over here, these are found in a single antivirus, single solution. It is hard to find because day by day there are new types of viruses available in the market. So, it becomes difficult for us to manage. So what we do, we keep our software up to date, and if we want to have more than one, we can do this thing, one or two, but not that so many that there are a there is a bunch of the antiviruses and your system is getting slow. So this is not a good approach. We would like to have one paid version having good features. So you protect your valuable data and accounts information with a password, and then you think that your data and accounts are protected. Normally, it is our mentality that we consider, but these things could be stolen easily using a virus, because virus could be a malware, any type of any spyware, any kind of malware. So those programs which go in your files and they find out their password, the keyloggers find out the keys that you are pressing. So the password thief can later on blackmail you, use your password to steal your sensitive information for financial gain, for some other type of threats. So what is the thing that is done by a good antivirus software or anti-malware software, that it is going to protect your passwords as well. On top of using antivirus, you can also think of using a password manager. So this feature will not be available on each and every general purpose antivirus. Okay, password manager is basically security management software. If you go to Google and if you write over there, password and credential security, password and credential security softwares. Just like you can see over here, uh, suddenly you saw the ad of the Casper Sky, which is basically specific software to do this job. Okay, you can see over here. Of course, they are going to charge for this. Password management, encryption for your credentials, how you are going to save your credentials. So there are a list of the password management softwares available. If you go and if you find out, so you'll be able to see that there are a number of, just like I have opened in front of you, the Casper Sky software, which is basically a security software to manage your credentials in your computer system. If you are having a high profile data, so your current credentials should be secured by such kind of software. Otherwise, you are going to see that a number of softwares are available over the internet for this job. Even they will show you their features, that what kind of features are there: id and password, sign in, credential. When you sign in, you no one will be able to find out. Okay, autofill save login credentials automatically. When you will open and you will click, you automatically you can fill it with your password. Okay, so there are different features available by them, and you can use those features. And of course, they are going to have different types of deals for one user, for multiple user, for 1 month, for one device. So for example, if people are using on the laptop or on the cell phone or on the tablet, so you can use it on your one device or two device depending on your requirement. So basically, such kind of softwares are also there to manage these things. I hope these all points are clear to all of you. That what is an antivirus? What are the functions of the antivirus? What does it do? What it is? What it does? All these points are, I hope, now clear.